Hey everybody! In today's video, we're going to use embossing folders with an old childhood favorite, a stack of scratchable papers for scratch art type projects that I have embossed with this beautiful embossing folder, which is, I'll just say it again, going to be beautiful for St. Patrick's Day. Now, I want to tell you before I start with the paper that I bought like 7 different brands of this to test this out with. And the only 2 that I was happy with are the 2 that I'm showing you in the video. So just note that. I would not use your white sanding blocks that you use on cardstock for this technique unless you plan to dedicate them, because you'll leave little black marks later when you go to sand your white cardstock. So I went ahead and found some black ones that I'm just dedicating to this paper and this technique. So once it's embossed, this is super easy. Just lightly sand the embossed paper to reveal the design. And you'll notice if I just go over it at first, I get the most 3D portion of the pattern picked up. But if I use the corner of the sanding block to go into the lower embossed details, then you can get the full pattern. So you can pick either look that you like, either just the bold all over with the most pronounced embossed features, or you can go in with the corner and get a slightly more distressed look, but a more detailed look as well. So you can also get multiple patterns from this. So it's one of those 2-for-1 sort of processes that I really like. Now this is an approximately 5x7 sheet. I really like this pad of scratch paper. I tried several different white and black ones, and this one has the most sturdy top coating. In my opinion, some of them, all the black just flies off as soon as you start to sand it. So just trust me when I say I went through a lot and spent a lot to really narrow down the ones that I liked the best. And I really, really like these. Now, I'm a black and white girl. I love all things black and white. Even my clothes are black, as you can see. So I love the sort of tile, kind of Scandinavian look that the larger black and white sheets give me, but I also wanted to show you how pretty some of the colored ones are. But if you want just like an easy, fun thing to do with your embossing folders, definitely get this particular kind of the black and white and try it with your embossing folders, your 3D embossing folders, your regular embossing folders, whatever you like. It's really, really fun and gives you a super elegant black and white look. And like I said, you can get any amount of detail you like, the full pattern, or just the bold, more 3D from your 3D embossing folders. So now these little squares, these are about 4x4, and look, they're holographic underneath. This is so much fun. You can sort of get a hint at the very edge of these little squares as to what is underneath, but a lot of times it's just going to be a surprise and you just have to live with that because they're not in an order that I can really determine in the pad. But I love these holographic ones, and it's amazing how on this particular kind, the holographic underneath stands up to the sanding. On some of the brands that I tried, the coating underneath, what you're trying to reveal, was too delicate and it would come off with the sanding. These, not the case. So there's also this fun rainbow one. I love this one. This is so much fun. And see, I've just done the first pass here. I didn't do all the details, just so I have a bold rainbow pattern. Now back to the holographic. This one is gold. The first one was just kind of an iridescent holographic, which was sort of had a silver cast to it. But this gold one is really warm and really fun. And the holographic pattern has like a little granularity to it, like a little diamondy pattern inside it that's really fun. I do recommend doing this on a little pad of paper and having like a microfiber towel to kind of pick up the dust when you are done. This is a pink holographic one. This is really festive and fun. This would be cute for any kind of springy sort of card. And then in addition to the rainbow, they have a pastel multicolored sheet that is really, really pretty. If you don't want just kind of the brighter rainbow color, this is a great multicolored pastel. This would be pretty for Easter. And again, I've just done the bold sanding here. You can go back in and get those details like I got with the black and white one if you like, by using the corner of the sanding block like I'm doing here. And you'll see that it completely changes the way that this looks. You can keep that nice, clean, bold look or go for this look, which is more distressed and really, really fun. So again, twice as much use out of your 3D embossing folders and your regular embossing folder, just based on how you decide to go after it with the sanding block. Now, you don't have to apply much pressure to get these on here, but like I said, these two brands that I settled on, the coating underneath will stand up to whatever kind of sanding you want to do, which is really, really nice. Now, these are just manicure blocks that I chose for this. So traditional sandpaper that you're using for wood, etc., depending on the grit, might be a different story. You'll just have to try what you have. I always have sanding blocks just that I use for regular paper crafting to sand off boo-boos on my cards anyway. So I always have these sitting around, and they're a good grit of sandpaper for this technique. But I'm just amazed at the shiny paper underneath. It does have a little bit of shine to it, and how well it holds up to the sanding with that beautiful holographic paper and the rainbow papers underneath. It's amazing how that coating just comes off so easily, but then the color underneath is so very vibrant. It's so much fun. And then, of course, the black and white, which I just adore. I just think this is so much fun and has so much possibility. So here are some of the finished cards. I used a single stamp set to stamp out all of these greetings and add them to these cards. Most of them are on black cardstock, but I did do a couple on white card bases. But I think that this type of design just really can be the whole card. You don't have to do much else to these cards. You're already doing a really fun technique. And I think even a crafter that got these cards would wonder how you did them without knowing the technique. But please share the video anyway, hit the like button, and thanks so much for watching.